All right, so just because since I'm using my AirPods, your voice is not, and your question wouldn't have been figured out what I'm addressing in the video. So for the sake of this video, just to recap and restate what you said you saw my Instagram. Not It's not about when I lose. It's about the fact that when I lose, I cut it small. Usually it's not that much, or it's nothing in comparison, especially to my wins, to my profits. So it seems that risk management is important. Very, very, very much agree. Strongly agree, as a matter of fact. How should we manage risk? Okay, so I want to hop on. You guys can see my screen and everything, right? Okay, I want all you guys to come to my screen. I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to tell you guys something really important. Now, since you're in the mentor chat and you guys obviously want to learn from me here, this is the real deal. I'm not trying to spin no bullshit, no nothing. That, is everybody on my screen? I'm probably going to go here, say 6 people. I know we got more than 6 people here. So look at my screen, otherwise you're just wasting your own time. All right, now, um, look, obviously, we had price in this area for quite a while, so we did want to see a reaction from this area, right? That's not a support, that's not a resistance level, that's a consolidation zone. Better yet, if I just do this, which could be clear for a lot of you guys, this, right? This does this make sense? Like price was in this area for, I mean, each one of these candles are in increments of 15 minutes. So the fact that when we broke out to the bottom side, we came back in. Honestly, now I'm reflecting. Yeah, it makes sense that why we would have, we wanted to look for some type of support so it could bounce to the upside area. It's just, and this is one of those difficult trades. I have to be brutally honest. There's no way I could have foreseen this. It's just, in my honest opinion, it's that we came up, drop. Every time we came up, drop, came up, drop, came up, drop, came up, drop. So we created a lower low, right? So, and I wanted to just see that. I mean, what had happened once, it could happen twice. What had happened a few times, it could happen again, right? So I wanted to see it come back up. Ideally, I did take a loss over here. I wanted to take this. I wanted to see this. I took it for a sell. I was at the most $53,000 in profit. I mean, I've had I think 2 or 3 times where I was back in blue. I was in blue for a good chunk of the trade because I got a sharp entry off of my sell. However, to to this is where I took or this is where I had my level. Yeah, it was right there, and I took a sell, quite literally right here. So it was really sharp. Multiple times had this thing came down, but you know what? We just couldn't basically create lower lows, and we couldn't crack this. It was what? It was this area, basically that wick. We couldn't come down to the 51,782, but from 825 to 782, you guys are gonna tell me, well, I should have adjusted my stop loss. 100%, 100%, 100%. I should have adjusted my stop loss, right? From 51 825 40 to 51 782. I mean, that's a good area to, I mean, just end the trade too. But when you see 43,000, don't get me wrong, but it kind of feels like with this lot size I'm trading again, feels like 20, 25, even 30K. It's really crazy to even want to wrap my head to say this, but I'm gonna say it. Um, but with the lot size that I'm taking, when you're basically taking 14 or even 1700. I don't know my lot size on top of my head. Kind of just, whatever. I'm not really playing with lot size. I just click one number and I either stack my positions or I just continue with it. But when you're taking like 1100 to $1,700 per point, yeah, even 20K, it can literally happen within seconds. So, but with that being said, I really wanted to see us break past that wick. I mean the blue level 51,782, and I wanted to see a flush below. Just this. This would have been my ultimate TP. 51,705 from the 51,825. I my yeah it was maybe like 3,000, 3,800 dollars in drawdown. From time to time, and then all of a sudden, as we got towards market opening, she just shot up. Now, I did use a hard stop loss, and I put my hard stop loss literally at this fucking wick right here, this green wick, that green wick right there. So, um, you know, I it made perfect sense why I put a stop there, right? Because We came down, we bounced from there. That was support. We came down, bounced from there, support. Um, Kind of makes it a little hard to understand with this area right here. So, yeah, it was a negative. I got literally right within the first 2, 3 seconds of market opening, I got stopped out, negative $17,350. It's okay. That type again, that's I don't want to say break even, but that's not really life-changing money for me. That's not really that's not really a trade that would absolutely kill me if we're talking about percentage of accounts or capital gains or anything like that. Again, 17,000, it is what it is, you know what I mean? So, but anyways, who keeps joining, bro? The fact, okay, the fact that we pushed up and we were basically holding, I noticed that if we hold in this area, because kind of look at it like this, right? Came up, and when we came up, yeah, we went below it, but when we finally came back up, we retested it. It was literally holding basically support from yesterday. So, um, if, and plus we had a wick over here, that red wick, right? So I was like, if we can hold right here, right here, right here, if we can hold as resistance, I didn't really think it would be as a resistance. I thought I could honestly break and use it as support. But when I saw that wick, I was like, you know what? Let me keep my entry tight. I mean, sharp as possible, close to basically resistance. That way, worst case scenario, I was like, I can stop out for like 10K loss. It's so negative, say negative 28K right on the day. I could live with that. It was something that I did come to fruition with. And when you come to fruition with something, guys, here's the thing. Once you come to fruition with something, it doesn't sting, right? Because then your expectations are already out the window. It's like, it's whatever. So, crazy enough, I was in this trade for a fucking minute. Um, I think my entry had to be a little bit lower because she wicked it, she came down, and then she kept retesting this. So I was in this trade for quite a long time. Honestly, kind of felt like I was repeating my same mistake that I was doing here. But as you can even see on this trade, every time when I my first sell, every time that she dumped, she retracted a little bit, and then this was the 630 candle. So literally at 630, she just pumped up crazy, crazy, crazy 100 points. Now, when I was in the sell, which, it was dropping steadily, but she was pretty retracey, pretty wicky. Now, I already knew that since we were bullish and we held, clearly that must mean that if we're bullish, we held support somewhere, right? Now, just because I don't understand where, I'm not going to be stupid. I'm not going to be naive. This is what you guys do not understand. This is a huge, huge tip, huge, huge secret. When clearly we held support somewhere over here, I mean, really, I don't know where we held support, but when we clearly held support over there because we jumped up at market opening and even a minute, in the pre-market, clearly when I'm in the sell, I want to see how we react in accordance to this. Right now, it wasn't easy. I'm not even saying that's a support. Honestly, looking back, I I think this should have been a great support right here, to be brutally honest. Maybe right here, to be brutally honest. Since we did wicked pre-market, it seems about right. Every time we wicked it, jump up, used as resistance as well. Um, but I literally just wanted to see if we can basically get below this blue line, and the answer was no. We were wicking this, and by the time I took by the time I was taking exits, um, I got filled out right here. That's where price action was. So, I completely am happy of how I managed that trade. Yeah, sure, after I managed that she dumped. It is what it is. You don't want to risk it. You want to know exactly what was your mistake the first time around, and you don't want to repeat that same mistake the second time, right? So monkey see, monkey do, you live and you learn.